Okay, we're back to lesson 4, part 2. And now we're going to take an inside look into landfills. We're going to read this story called Landfills. What a load of garbage. Look at the picture of the boy on the cover. What is he doing? Is that something that you do in your own home? Why is it an important job? Okay. So let's look at the table of contents first. It shows us all of the different topics that we're going to read about. Trash in the past, trash today. How much trash do we create? Follow the trash, building a landfill, a tomb for trash, not in my backyard, a legacy of trash, and then the glossary. The glossary is like a small dictionary, and it gives us words that we might need to look up the meaning to later. We will take a look at the glossary first so that we can make sure that we know all of the different words that we're going to come across in this book. So here is our glossary. The first word, yes, you've guessed it, biodegradable. It's an adjective. It means capable of being decomposed or broken down by microorganisms, such as bacteria. In the parentheses, you'll see P11. That is the page number where we'll find the word. The second word is elements. It's a noun. Weather conditions such as wind, rain, sun, or extreme temperatures. This is found on page 7. Groundwater. Water held underground in soil or rock, often feeding springs and wells. Page 12. Landfills. Places where garbage is stored and covered with dirt. Page 5. Methane. A noun. An invisible, odorless, flammable gas, also called natural gas. Page 9. Organic. Having to do with or coming from living organisms. Page 11. Pollute, to make something such as the environment unclean or unsafe for use. You remember pollution from our second lesson. Soil pollution, air pollution, water pollution. This word is pollute. It's a verb. It means to actually do those things. Toxic, poisonous, dangerous to life. Page 8. And treated, an added substance such as a chemical to improve, protect, or clean something. Page 8. So these are words that you're going to see throughout the book. Now let's read. Trash in the past. Thousands of years ago, people living in the ancient city of Troy in modern-day Turkey threw their garbage on their floors. When the floors grew filthy enough, the people would put another layer of earth on top to bury the garbage. The Trojans piled so many layers of trash on their floors, they had to raise the roofs of their houses. You may laugh, but what we do today isn't so different. Ancient or modern people still have to figure out what to do with their trash. Pause and talk about what people used to do with their trash. Now you'll see a picture. Health and garbage. You will see a rat and you will see a flea. 1,000 years ago, during the Middle Ages, people in Europe would throw their waste right in the middle of the street. At the time, people didn't understand the connection between public health and garbage. This filth attracted rats and fleas, which spread a deadly disease. The plague, also called the Black Death, killed 75 million people worldwide. Pause and find out how many people live in your city. This says that the Black Plague killed 75 million. Is that more or less than your city? Trash today. Today, most people do not throw garbage on the floors or in the middle of the street. Instead, we put it in trash cans. The garbage truck hauls it away and we forget about it. But where exactly is away? When you put something in the garbage, it enters what is called the waste stream. The waste stream is the flow of garbage to its final location. Most of the garbage in the waste stream goes to landfills, areas of land set aside for burying trash. Think about the pictures and the movie that we saw at the beginning of the lesson with the 6 different places where people throw trash away. This is the graph that we looked at earlier. Do you remember what it's called? A pie graph. And it shows that more than half of the things that we throw away are put into landfills. How much trash do we create? The world creates more than 2.6 trillion pounds of trash each year. That's about what 182 Great Pyramids of Egypt would weigh. Americans make up only 5% of the world's population, but create 25% of the world's waste. The average American creates 4.5 pounds of trash every day. Paper and paper products, such as cardboard packaging, make up a lot of what Americans toss. Pause and go find something around your house that weighs about 4.5 pounds. Hold it and feel it and think about how much trash that is that you throw away each day. Follow the trash. Here's a picture of a compactor truck flattening the trash at a landfill. A garbage truck carries our trash into a landfill. The truck unloads the trash into a cell, a storage place for garbage. Then a heavy truck drives over the garbage with large spiky wheels and smashes it down. At the end of the day, a bulldozer covers the trash with dirt so that it's less exposed to the elements. Burying the garbage also helps keep out wildlife and reduces the odor. So when we put things on top, it doesn't smell so bad. Think about the animals that would smell it and come near it. Pause and think about what animals you know are interested in trash. Building a landfill. Landfills vary in size. Usually a gigantic hole is dug about 200 feet wide and up to half a mile deep. The garbage can't be dumped straight into the ground, though, because some of the garbage is toxic. As trash breaks down, its toxic parts mix with rainwater to produce leachate. Leachate is an often toxic liquid that is drained or leached through the landfill. If you picture the landfill like a giant swimming pool, leachate is the liquid inside. If not collected and treated, the leachate will either drain through the bottom or overflow. Ugh, it would make you very sick. A heavy plastic liner keeps the leachate from escaping, while pipes running through the landfill remove the leachate. Sometimes the leachate is treated at the landfill site. Often, though, it's sent through the sewer system to the closest water treatment plant. Landfills must also be designed to deal with landfill gas. When garbage rots, it creates a gas called methane, which must be released or burned. Otherwise, it can cause explosions. Look at the picture. Each part is numbered. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Number 1, find it. This is the trash cell. Number 2 is the methane pipe. Number 3 is the plastic liner. Number 4 is the compacted clay under. Number 5 is our groundwater, the water that we treat and drink. Number 6 is the leachate collection pipe and pump. It pumps all of that yucky water out. And number 7 is the leachate pond. It's a good thing it's separated from our drinking water. Think how sick we would be. Now look at the picture using methane. Methane from landfills can be used to generate electricity and fuel vehicles. The current landfill gas to energy projects in the United States can power more than 800,000 homes. These projects also keep methane from escaping into the atmosphere. That's good because methane is a powerful greenhouse gas. It traps heat in the atmosphere, which adds to the global problem of climate change. We have differences in temperature and really, really long, hot summers or really cold winters. This might be because of all of the methane gas that is being released into our environment. Think about the number I asked you earlier about how many people live in your city. In this book, it says that the energy in the United States that they are using can help more than 800,000 homes. Would that help all of the homes in your city? More or less? A well collects methane from decaying garbage at a landfill in Smiths Creek, Michigan. Engines generate electricity from the methane. A tomb for trash. Garbage dumped inside a landfill sits for a long time. Sealing the trash from air and water is like mummifying our garbage. Organic materials such as vegetables are biodegradable, and bacteria and other organisms can break them down in short amount of time. But these organisms can't do their job, though, because they need air and water to survive. The plastics we throw away isn't biodegradable, and it can take thousands of years to break down. That's why those water bottles are such a great idea. When we are throwing so many different pieces of plastic away that can't break down. Worse still, the styrofoam cup you tossed today could take more than 1,000,000 years to turn to dust. It just doesn't break down. Who will you know that's alive in 1,000,000 years? How long is that? Now look at the picture above. New York City used to dump all of its trash into the largest landfill in the world, Fresh Kills on Staten Island. The landfill was closed in 2001. Now the area is being developed into a 2,200-acre park, 3 times the size of Central Park. I wonder what they had to do to convert it from a landfill to a park. It can take 30 to 50 years to fill a landfill. Full landfills are often capped with clay, plastic material, and then a layer of soil to allow plants to grow. Closed landfills can be turned into parks, playgrounds, or open areas. Even after they're capped, though, landfills cannot be forgotten. A 2008 study found that 82% of the landfills studied were leaking. Ugh, think about all of those things that we saw going into the landfill. No liner can keep all the liquids out of the ground for all the time. Eventually, the liners will either degrade, tear, or crack, reports the Environmental Protection Agency. When that happens, toxic liquids will escape and pollute the soil and the groundwater. Think about those videos we watched with pollution. Oh my. Landfills of the future. New bioreactor landfills help garbage decompose. In these landfills, air and liquid are pumped through the trash so decomposers can break it down. Speeding up the decomposition time in landfills leaves more space for new trash to be buried. Bioreactor landfills can extend the life of a landfill by as much as 20 years. Not in my backyard. The United States may have a lot of land, but that doesn't mean it's easy to find space to build new landfills.